Yeah, good day everyone. Welcome to this section on data analysis with Tableau. My name is Nwok Stephen Emeka. I'm a member of International Society for Data Scientists and Analytics. So today we are going to be looking at data analysis with Tableau. So Tableau software is a company that have different products. They have 5 major products. We have Tableau Desktop, we have Tableau Public, we have Tableau Software. Online, we have Tableau um, Prep, and we also have Tableau Server. So, but today we are going to be using Tableau Public. Tableau Public is a free version of Tableau that allows you carry out all your activities. Also, Tableau Desktop is a paid version, but the difference between Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop is that Tableau Public, once you save your item, is being shared in the public space. Anybody can log into Tableau and see your data. And it's not advisable for company because your documents are confidential. So I advise company to use, or if you want to work for company, you should use Tableau Desktop. But for training section, you could use Tableau Public, or when you're working for an NGO or for a public space where your information can be utilized by the public, you could use Tableau Public. Also, Tableau Public, the rules in Tableau Public are in thousands of a million, but Tableau Desktop has rows, uncountable rows. So that is one of it has millions of rows. So that's the good thing about Tableau Desktop. But I tell you, you can use it. But for today's class, we'll be using Tableau Public. So let's dive into our class. So the first thing you do, you go to Google to download your Tableau Public. You click on download, you go to Tableau Public, you see Tableau Desktop, but it's a paid version, but I advise you to go to Tableau Public. It has the same functionality. So you click on go to Tableau Public. So at this point, you sign up for your Tableau Public. Your name, your email address, your password, your country of location, you click agree terms and you click this and you click on create my account. So once you click on that, it will take you straight into your Tableau platform. So at this Tableau workbook, you look at, you see you can connect or bring in your data through all the source here. You can connect your data, you can bring in your data through Microsoft Excel, through text file. So you can see all the means you can bring in your data. Also, you can bring into your data that are stored in your server through OData. You can go to more, your Google Drive, your web data connector. So you can bring in data through these means. So once you bring in data through this means, your data can now go through different wrangling. So let's get in our data. You click on Microsoft Word. We want to get in a Microsoft Word data. And you click in and search your data from here. So let me use this winner superstore data. So once you click on that, it will bring in the data. So it has bring in the data. The first thing you do is to ensure that your data is clean. So if you use other program for analysis, you need to clean your data. You use the Microsoft Excel or Power BI, you need to undergo what we call Power Query. You need to clean your data. But for Tableau, it's very, very easy. You just need to just click on Use Data Interpreter to clean your data. So once you click here, it will just do the executing the query. It will execute the query for you. It's undergoing under processing. It will clean the data for you, so you don't need to bother cleaning the data. So it has completed, cleaned with data interpreter. So we have the data we brought in. We have our order data, we have people, and we have return. So if you want to view this data, we can just view our data, just a quick view of your data. You just want to view and see what your data contain. So it's going to open, so we can just take a quick view of your data. Sometimes it's advisable you just get to know what your data contain. If you've not done that, why you input the data, but try and know your data better. Know if your data is clean or you need to undergo cleaning on your data. That is very important. So look at our data, look at the columns in our data. We have category, we have city, we have country, we have customers ID, customer's name, market, customer date, order ID, order priority, product ID. So these are list of things we have in our sheet for order data. So we can also view for the people. You see view, and just a quick look for the people. We have just few column here. We'll have the people, we have the region. So you can also view for the return too, the same thing. So you can view that. So now we want to open our order file. So you click, because now we want to create a relationship between these three files. So because sometimes it's very important. So because sometimes we might need to intertwine, bring in a document or bring in an information from one document to create a visualization. So we need to relate all this data together. So when we're picking from this sheet, or we're picking from this sheet to do our analysis, we can get accurate information. So we bring in the data, the order data, so you can see the order data. So we want to relate the order data to the people data and also to the return data. So what you do is just you drag from the people's data, you drag here. So you can see I've created a relationship. So there's a relationship between the order and the people data. You can see it. So the relationship is region. The column that created this relationship is the region from the order data, and also the region from the people data. That's what creates. So you must have a column that has relationship. So ensure you identify the column that has relationship. So we want to bring in our return. So you bring in, you see the different, that when you bring it a return, you see a warning sign. So we bring in our return, so there's a warning sign. So you can see the warning sign. The warning sign is saying this relationship has no matching field. Edit the relationship to select a matching field. So it's always important. The algorithm could not identify the relationship between this and between our return and the order. So we need to do that ourselves. So once we want to, this is where we can create that relationship. So we select the field. So we have our category, and we'll go through, we'll familiarize ourselves with it to ensure where we can see their relationship. These are the column. We have order ID, we have order date, we have order priority, we have product name, we have profit, we have sales. So we'll look at that. So we've gone through that. We've seen the column. So we'll go through our return and we'll select to see the column. So we have market return, we have order ID return, and we have return. So this order ID return, since this column also we have it in our order, so we'll go and look for our order ID. So this is their relationship, but the algorithm couldn't identify it. So you see, they've created a relationship. The algorithm couldn't identify, even though it contained the same rule, but because there was a return here, so we need to identify it ourselves. So now we've identified, so they've created a relationship. So once this relationship is done, we can relate all our data together. The data we have in the order, we can relate it to the data of the people and then return during our visualization. So the next thing we go to our worksheet 1. So you click on the worksheet. No, that's brought us in here. So there's something I would like to tell us. There is what we call dimension and measure. The difference between why we are not seeing that written boldly, because we are bringing 3 data sheets into this data. So, but I'm just going to explain that for dimension, we have a blue color. You see, there's blue color for this category, blue color. There's a blue color that identifies these are dimension. Why? Here you see the green color, which identify these are measures. So we have on these columns, we have the dimension and measures. These are very important. The measures are things we can measure. They are qualitative. You see down here, these are discount, profit, quantity, sales. They are things we can measure. They are quantitative. While the dimensions are things we cannot measure, that we can describe. They are qualitative, they are discrete. We cannot measure. We cannot measure it. So they are identified in blue. So it's very, very important when you're doing your analysis. So let's quickly run through the interface of our board, our dashboard. So we have the file section where you can save your item when you finish. You can open it on Tableau. We have our data section. We have our worksheet. We have our desktop. You can create new desktop. We have our story. We're going to, in our next training, we're going to go through the story. Also, we have an analysis, which are all this map we have here. We have the map. We have the format. We can format. We have the server. We have the window. So these are things we can then go through on when we start, so you can get a better information. We have the new data source when you want to bring in new data. We have the new worksheet. We have when you want to duplicate your worksheet. Also, we have when you want to clear your worksheet, you're tired of, or you're not getting good information, you want to clear everything. We have the transpose where you want to swap your role into column. We have the sorting in ascending order. We have the sorting in descending order. We have the highlight. So these are all in the ribbon, and these are just things we are going to go through once we start creating our visualization. So let's start. Now we want to visualize category. We'll bring in category into the columns set. Category by sales. We want to see each category, how they made sales. Each category, that's category of item we sold. We want to see how the sales, which category has the highest sales. So we'll bring in cells here. So it creates a visualization. So we have the furniture, we have the office supply, and we have the technology. So the technology, we have the highest cells in the technology. So this, it automatically created this. So you can see when you go to show me, you can decide to use any of these show me map or charts. We have maps here, we also have charts. So the next thing you do, you can, like you see, you can use this to swap the row to column. You see the difference. So you see, let's close this action. So you see the difference. You can swap it to column. You can also put it in the ascending or descending order. So we can put it in the ascending order. You click on the ascending, this icon you see this. You can also put it in the descending order. You see. So you see we've created that. So I would like to take you through categorization, or what we call hierarchy. Now we want to create hierarchy. It's very important when you are doing visualization to create an hierarchy, because hierarchy helps you to get a better visualization of what you are doing. We have, these are the category. We could also have subcategory. This is a subcategory. We have subcategory for each technology. We have subcategories under technology, maybe IT software and other under furniture. We have subcategories under furnitures. Under office supply, we have subcategory. So we want to create hierarchy where we can see all at the same time. It helps us in drilling deep into our system. So we take this, we move it we move this down into our category. Now you see, say category subsection, subcategory. So you can say, okay, that's the new name. Now we have created a category. There's a category icon now. So you see, look, we've created a category. Once we click on this, now you can see the category. For the technology, we have phone, telephone, parts, we have machines, we have accessories. So you see the category under, so it gives you better visualization. We drill deep. We see chair, we see the bookcase, we've seen the tables, we've seen the furnituring. So you see the under furniture, we can see the subcategory. So it helps us drill better. And we can also put it in the ascending or descending order. So we put in the ascending order. You see this category here. For technology, the for under technology, the phone made the highest sales under technology. Under furniture, the chair made the highest sales under furniture, while under office supply, storage made the highest sales under office supply. So we have created this visualization. Also, we can also, like I said, we can swap it. So if you like it this way, so you see, we can swap and put it in the descending order. You see, so you can put it this way. So you can decide to, let's swap back and see. So you can, once you're done, you can come here and name your file. Then we click down the sheet one. We want to name the sheet. See, sales by category. So once you click that, you see it's called sales by category. So we have created our first visualization. Now we can decide to change the pick the colors if we want to do that. But in our next visualization, we are going to take you through how to change the colors. So for the next visualization, we'll go here. We'll click on new worksheet. So now we've gotten a new worksheet. So at this worksheet now, we want to look at profit by region. So we want to look at profit by region. We want to see the region that made the highest profit. So we'll look for region. Have region here under people. Have region here. Now we'll now look for profit. We'll go to profit. Now we've seen the region that made the highest profit, so we can put it in the ascending order. Click here. You see it's ascending. So the central made the highest profit. The region in the central made the highest profit. So you can see that this region made the highest profit. So we can also save this by clicking Shift 2 to save. See, profit by region. So you click to the title, profit by region. You can also edit the title. You can edit it here. You can hide the title if you don't want to. You can format the title. So you can do that here if you don't want the title. So we're through. We can open another worksheet. So the next one, we want to look at the region by, we want to look at the country, sales in different country. So we have the country here, we have the city, and we also have the state where these sales were made. We also have the state. So we can create hierarchy here. So let's bring in city into the country. Like this, we bring in created hierarchy. We can also bring in state into that hierarchy. So after country, we always have after country we have state before city. So we've created hierarchy there. So let's pull in. We want to look at profit or sales per region. We want to see the region that made the highest sales. So we bring in the region and country. We bring in the country. So we bring in the country. Since it's a map, because the country is a map, we can decide to use any of the. So we're processing that is a map, so we're connecting to the map provider. So you can see, so we can decide to use either of this map, this or this. So let's click on this map. So now we have brought in map country because we're dealing with country. So now the next thing we want to do, we want to bring in profit. We want to know the profit, that is each country is bringing, or want to know sales that is going on in each country, the country that is making the highest sales. Bring in sales into this mark sheet. So we want to know the country that is making the highest sales. So you see, we brought in sales into color to differentiate the color, so we can have a clearer country that is making the highest sales. You see this with a deep blue, United States, and also United States is making the highest sales. So we can also, let me take you through this mark side. It's very important in visualization. So now if we want to change this color, we can go here, change the color. Okay, we can go here, edit color. Now we can go to this and select color that are easily identifiable. We can put highest, let's use red, green, white, or let's use red and blue. So blue will be the highest sales, while red will be the least sale. You click OK. So you can see places we have red at the lowest sale. We have in China, we have a mid sale in China. In India, we have a mid sale. In Australia, we have a mid sale. But in the United States, we have the highest sales there. So you see how we brought in that. So also we can bring in, we can use what we call bubble for this. But before that, let's use this. Let's go through this. We want to bring in size. We want to know the size. So you see, when we click this shows the bubbles where the sales have been. So the place we know we have the highest bubble, that they have the highest sales, like the United States, we had a big bubble. So we could use the bubble. So we'll go through the size. Now it's explaining the sales per size. We could increase that. You see, we could increase the bubble. So this has the highest bubble. So we had high sales here in the United States. So you could also put in color. You could change the color. Your sales, just your sales, you could color. See? So initially we had them blue for the high sales. The country that had the high sales is blue. the country that has the low sales are red, while the orange country are country that has the mid sale, like China, India, and Australia. So you can see. So with this visualization, we can have a clearer picture of what we want. So you see, we've gone through the color, we've gone through the size, also the label. We could create a label for each of the visualization. For instance, let's say if we want to create a label, let's use a better visualization tool. Now we click here, we are using the bubble. The bubble, you can see this bubble. So let's use the bubble to give explanation. I want to explain this label. So once you click on label, you see edit country, front. So we want to edit the country. These are the countries we want to edit. We want to create more front. So for these countries, we're looking at country. So we can also, under this country, we can click this plus to see sales in each. These are state in each country. It's quite, it's not, the visualization is not really nice. So we can just, these are city, the visualization is not nice. So you can just click this and click this. So when you see, because when you click this, there's a positive. When you click, you can see the country visualization is better off. So you see. So now I want to quickly run us through label. So you can click on this. You can increase the font. You can edit the text. So it's country. You want to increase the size of the country. Apply. Okay. So you see the size has increased. So you want to increase the font. You see, you have an increment in the front. So if you also the details are things we don't see, but it gives a better explanation of what they are saying. So you drag the dimension and measure here. So it gives a better direction of what we are trying to deplete. So we also have the two tip. The two tip are always on. You can also put in your, these are the two tip. When we put it, we said we have country United States. The sales is 2,297,201 dollars. So you can see the sales they made here in Italy too. So this is one you can, this is the two tip. Two tip makes us to be able to see that. So I want this for map. Let's go back to our, let's go back to our map by color. So there is another important thing I would like to explain to us. So under map, we have this icon, map all this, we can search this. This is a search icon. We can zoom in, we can zoom out. Also, we can pin. Maybe if we want to pin, we don't want it so, we can just pin a particular map. So you see, you can pin, you can unpin. So once you pin, you pin a particular place in the map. So you can also use this icon. We have the lasso selection. This lasso selection allow you to draw. Let's click on this. So you see. So let's click this. So you see, if I'm only interested in this, I can now draw on this to get only this, the other place goes off. So I'm interested in taking reading on this sector. This is a place. So you can see how the last can help us with that. Okay, you can see how this one to also the reader selection can help us in that. Reader selection can help us in that. Go to here. So you can see how this. So if we want to use the reader selection, so if we put it, you see, it gives us a reader of where we want to cover. See, we've got the reader. So it gives us a reader of where we want to cover. So you see, only have reader of these other places has really gone off. So also if you want to move, you click on this icon, you can pick a place and move your map. Now you cannot move your map. You see. So these are very, very important too. You can use during your presentation.